that is something truly special. Are we ready for this? Oh, apple strudel. Look at that. Hi everyone, welcome to Backyard Chef. I'm Rick. Today we're doing a sweet. We're doing a very quick sweet. We're doing an apple strudel with a whole apple. Okay, it's a little bit unusual, but you know it works. So you can make up the strudel with the sugar and the raisins and everything. Or if you've got any of the Christmas sweet mincemeat left over from making mince pies or things like that, absolutely fantastic as a quick way to use up. Very quick, you know, very easy. Now what we have to do is we want to get some apples on, but we need to take the center out of these apples. Now these are really nice apples. We're going to take all the center out of those apples, and I've got a couple of really old tired looking apples here. Look, you know, you can see it's got skin like mine. So the first job is to get into these apples and take that core out. Now we don't want to take all out. I have a melon baller, a nice little bit of a gadget, and we're going to scrape out the apple from the inside. So we need to be coming in there fairly reasonably round the top, because we're going to have to get in and get our pastry into there. So that will do. So we'll have that off there like that. So you can see we're opening up the apple. Now I'm going to just come in there and take some of that core out. And then we're going to take our melon baller. Now you can do this with a spoon if you have a good enough spoon, but we want to be nice and gently just taking that apple out of the inside. So we're going to take that out nice and gently. There's no rush for this. We need to try and keep the apple intact. So there we are. That is all the contents of this apple out of there. We've got this nice hollow apple now. Carry on, do the same with the other one. Now I'm only going to do two. You can do as many as you like. But what happens is, the reason why we're using these other old apples to cook down, we want enough filling in there, and this is going to cook down in a pan in a minute with some butter. So again, we're just going to take the top off, and then we're going to get on and scoop it all out. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just take one apple, I think. I don't think I need much more than that. So we're going to take this, just take the skin off, and we're going to cube a little bit of apple up and chuck it in there with the apple we've already got. I don't think we need too much. I think there's going to be quite enough to go back in there with our mincemeat filling. Okay, so we got these two beautiful apples cored out of there. Now, this bit on the bottom here, you know, where in the end there, you can take that out, and what we can do is stuff a piece of pastry in the bottom to plug that, because we don't want all the contents coming out. But you know, we don't really want to cook it with that in either. So now we've got a complete hole all the way through our apple. This is a very quick indeed. Okay, we want to be going in there with some butter. Now don't be shy with the butter, we're making a pudding. Want a little bit of a flame on. Start to warm it up in there. And we want to be going in there with our apple. I'm going to start to cook that apple down in there. Now, even though we're making a sweet, a little bit of salt, unless you're using salted butter, start that off in there. Now you might need to add just a little bit of water to this to help it along its way. We want to start cooking this down and soften it up. I'm going to take that and we're going to stuff the apple. Now, depending on how sweet your apple is, depends on how much sugar you put in there. You don't need too much if you've got a nice sweet apple. So we're probably only going to do half a tablespoon of sugar in there. Nice stir around, start it all cooking in. Now this is a super quick way to use up ingredients. Now if you were going to use dried fruit, you tip your dried fruit in there. I'm going to use mixed dried fruit leftover from Christmas. I'll leave a link on the channel if you want to make it, or you can go buy it from the supermarket, or you can just add raisins, sultanas, any mixed fruit that you like, with a little bit of sugar and some seasoning. Well, I'm going to use English mixed spice. You can use pumpkin spice if you're in the States, which is very similar to mixed spice. And we're going to go in with about that much. A heaped teaspoon. I'm going to give it a stir in. Now you can actually put nuts and things in here as well. If you wanted to put chopped almond in there. Anything like that. We're making a strudel. You can add breadcrumbs like you would in a strudel. Oh, I can smell the brandy in this. We're going to go in there with our mincemeat. Get our mincemeat in there, let it cook in there with our apple and our mixed spice. And we've got a fantastic instant strudel mix there, straight away. Just a tiny splash of water. Nothing much, I don't want those sugars to stick on the bottom of that pan. Okay, and when you give it a good 7 minutes or somewhere around there, let's turn off the flame and we are going to put that to cool down. Okay, we've got ready-made bought puff pastry. We just need to unravel it a little bit. Right, we've got an apple and we're going to wrap that into there. Now what you have to do is take something and we're going to draw around it. We can either use that or we can use that. Let's use that. And we're going to come round here like this. And we're just going to take that off there like that. We don't want that bit. What we have is that. What we need to do is cut it in such a way that it folds back into the apple. Come in here like this. And we're going to go like that. Slightly wider to the end. Like that, because it's going to fold inside. Okay, so we've got that. Now what we need to do is take a little bit of our pastry, a little plug. I'm going to stuff that, bring that up, tuck over, bring it up, tuck over. So we're getting like an overlap going round. I mean, come on, how cool do they look? And then all we've got to do is take our filling and shove our filling in there. Pack it in. Get it all in there. Okay, that's our apple strudels made up there. We need to get the oven on. It's going on 180. So let it preheat, let it do its thing. So we have to get those onto a tray. Now you could give these an egg washing all the way around, but that puff pastry is so full of butter, it doesn't need egg washing. It's going to cook and it's slowly going to puff up around there, hold the contents. Now the contents I filled right to the top, and if they bubble out and bubble down the side, so be it. So there we go. All we have to do now is get it in the oven and bake it for about 20-25 minutes. In we go. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Now that is a bit special. Don't worry about this crispiness on the top. We're not worried about that. We're going to hide that in a minute. You wait and see. That looks absolutely superb. Oh, here we go. That is something truly special. Oh, are we ready for this? Oh, apple strudel. Look at that. Just look in here. Come on, we got to dig in. Oh, my cream's melting all. Oh, it's all melting. Look at that, we got all that apple encased inside that pastry. All our mincemeat filling in there. All that strudel. Oh, come on. We come straight in here. We got that whole apple there, look, holding it all together. Oh. Destroy it. That is flipping incredible. That apple has a little bit of crunch to it inside there that's been holding it all together, but obviously our filling is very soft. That is delicious. That really is delicious. The pastry is very well cooked all the way through, just how I like it. That is truly fantastic apple strudel made. If you like what we're doing, don't forget to smash that like and subscribe, share with your friends, all that kind of stuff. We'll catch you in the next video.